All right. So again, my name is Mabel L. Young. I am one of the alumni for Zero Waste Youth USA. We're gonna get started with Sabrina Sabatini. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna share a quick bio of each of our speakers, and then each of them will have about 10 minutes to share their experience with us. And towards the end, we'll have about 10 minutes open for Q&A as well. So Sabrina Sabatini, since 2017, she has been the director of Zero Waste Youth in Brazil. That's an organization with the objective of training and engaging youth people in the cause of zero waste. She graduated in design from the Federal University of Santa Catarina. She uses her training as a powerful tool for change, making the communication and disseminator of the climate emergency increasingly effective and assertive. We are very honored to have you here, so please take it away.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Just a disclaimer, I don't practice my English since some time. So if I say something wrong or you don't understand, please just send it in the chat, or you can say it, open your mic, because I'm gonna try to say correctly everything, but I'm from Brazil, I speak Portuguese. My English is not my first language. So just a disclaimer to begin.
That's wonderful. And that reminded me that you guys can put all your questions in the chat, and this is the session where we pull all the multiple leaders from different countries to join us. So we're really happy that speakers from outside of the States are joining us. So you want to start sharing, and we can make sure the screen works.
Let me see it.
Wonderful. I can see it.
Is it fine?
It's not in, oh, it's in full screen. Yes, we are good to go.
Okay. So, hi guys, as Mabel said, I'm Sabrina, I'm from Brazil, and today I'm gonna talk a little bit how the Zero Waste Youth started, because I don't know if everyone knows, but the Zero Waste Youth movement began here in Brazil. So how it started, and I'm gonna share a good practices here in Brazil with you. So first, just to introduce myself, so I'm Sabrina Sabatini. I have 26 years old. I live in Florianópolis. It's an island in south of Brazil. I'm the director of Zero Waste Youth Brazil since 2017. And I graduated in design, and now I work as brand manager in a company here in Brazil that works with innovation and entrepreneurship. So a little bit how it started, the Zero Waste Youth. So here in Brazil in 2010, it began a big movement that was the Zero Waste Institute. This Zero Waste Institute was connected with the Zero Waste International Alliance, that is the International Forum for Zero Waste. So Rodrigo, that is my dad, he's the president of the Zero Waste Institute, and he was invited in 2011 to speak in a college, actually in United States, but he was in Brazil, and my sister, that is Jessica, she was in United States at that time. So he asked her to replace him in this talk about zero waste, because he said like, oh, it's in a college, it's with only young people from your age, it's gonna be fine, like you're gonna talk with people with your age, so it's okay. So she arrived in college to have the speech of zero waste, and she was like by far the youngest people in the room. So after that, she and my dad, they realized that it didn't have youth movement like approaching zero waste. And this topic and the awareness of zero waste was only being discussed in much older groups or people that are more senior. So they decided to create the Zero Waste Youth movement. At the time, it really expanded to other countries. The first one was Zero Waste Youth USA. So I'm really happy to join here because I actually saw Zero Waste Youth like started and now growing, and I know that this event is happening for so many years, so I'm really proud of being here with you guys today. So now the Zero Waste Youth, we have 7 national hubs. So we have Zero Waste Youth in 7 countries. That is Brazil, Costa Rica, United States, Philippines, Mozambique, Nepal, and Portugal. So it's nice because we have a country in each continent. Like it only needs someone in Australia or New Zealand to have all the continents. So the Zero Waste Youth really spread, and it's really nice. So you already know like the goals of the Zero Waste Youth, but just to make sure, like the goals is to disseminate and apply the zero waste concept, to raise awareness of individual responsibility for waste management, to provide means and tools for young people to become agents of change, to promote the development of zero waste solutions, and also to be an active voice in decisions regarding waste management and methodologies to achieve the SDGs. That is the goals from UN. So how the Zero Waste Youth it's organized today? Like this is like the ideal way to organize the Zero Waste Youth. It's not like it is 100% today, but in the ideal system, we have like the international hub, that it's the hub that organizes, provides, like support the national hubs, so they connect different countries to have solutions and to have the movement as unique as possible. Then we have the national hubs. So it's I'm one of the leaders of the national hub here in Brazil. We're gonna see hubbing from Nepal, Portugal, and a lot of people here with me today. And here in Brazil, we have like a network of ambassadors. So we have a lot of ambassadors of Zero Waste Youth spread in the country, and each of them have like a local hub. So they have, it could be like from a city or a region, and then and they do like this. We have like this network where we do like the same projects, we think about the same themes. So we have a communication and exchange of knowledge and experience to become like a really strong movement, and to really like put focus on some themes around Brazil. So what we do, like we articulate a network of ambassadors with their own local hubs. Then we train them, we support them to carry out projects that solve real problems where they live. So this is really important. Like we really want to make sure that the ambassadors solve a problem that it's real, that it really counts, that people really suffers about about waste management in their cities, in their communities, in their even in their houses. So like that, it's a valid problem. And how we do it, we have like the global action calendar. Each how it works, like it's a calendar that we developed it in our last Zero Waste Youth International meeting that was in Portugal in 2019. And we had like 30 speakers, more than 500 participants, and 20 countries represented in this event. And we did like, we organized and we made this global calendar together. So to make sure that we had like as much as unique and diverse experiences and perspectives to do this global calendar. So each month we have a common theme. So it doesn't matter if you're living in a city that doesn't have a waste management, or if you are in San Francisco that it's like really known about the waste management. It doesn't matter, like we have like a theme in common, and you work in a large or a small scale. Our goal with this global calendar is that we work as a movement, like together, and we put focus and put it really like strong in these themes about in each month. So here's a little bit of our pictures, what in actions that we did. Like we did a zero waste carnival. Like here we did an action in the beaches, to promote the month of March, that it's March for water. So we did that. So a little bit of photos to share with you. And a good practice that I want to share with you is the Zero Waste Ambassador training that we are doing here in Brazil. Here is our logo, it's Formação Lixo Zero in Portuguese. But what is the goals of the Zero Waste training? It's to have like an alignment with vocabulary, because in the beginning, one problem that we had is that the ambassadors came to the network, the Zero Waste Youth Network, but sometimes like it was a person that already works with zero waste. They know a lot about waste management, but the other times was like a person that never looked about the waste, just want to know a little bit more, like wants to learn more. So it had like a really big difference in perspective and how they how they began in the Zero Waste Youth movement. So we really want to do this training to have a vocabulary alignment between the ambassadors, to everyone to start in the same position. Also, they be more prepared for the challenges that they will have in their cities, in their communities. It's a way to promote and disseminate knowledge. Also, as is online, it's more easy. It's easier to have like a diverse ecosystem, because a diverse network, because they can do it in wherever. So in a small city, in the countryside of Bahia, like a state of Brazil, or in the other side of Brazil, because Brazil is a really big country. So it was a really good way to disseminate and have a lot of ambassadors in different states and different cities and different perspectives and realities here in Brazil. And also it's a way to finance the movement. So the training is paid by the ambassadors, but at the same time, we have like a system of scholarships, I think that's the name, like when you don't need to pay if you don't have the money, you don't have you're not in a good situation, you can have it for free. So here's like a spoiler of our training. So it's made in a online platform. So we have like 50 recorded lessons with a lifetime access. So if the ambassador really like enters in our network, he have like the lifetime access to this training. And if we like get better in the training, like change some lessons to better lessons, they will have this access until like they want. So also we have like 6 online live meetings for group integration. So between the time that they have to watch the recorded lessons, we have also online live meetings for them to connect with other people, to the other people that we will also get into the network after they get graduated. And we have more than 20 experts on different topics. So we tried to bring as much topics as we can that comes with zero waste. So since like zero waste management in a large scale, politics, like everything that zero waste touches, we try to bring as a lesson with experts in those different topics in the platform. Now in Brazil, together with the Zero Waste Institute, because the Zero Waste training we do together with the Zero Waste Institute, so they can all choose to be an ambassador of Zero Waste Youth or with the Zero Waste Institute. Together, we have more than 1,900 ambassadors around the country in the 5 Brazil regions. Also, we have those ambassadors stays. They live in more than 26 Brazil states and in more than 270 cities in Brazil. So it's a really big network that we try as much as we can to exchange knowledge and exchange also ideas of projects or projects that it's already making success. Like here in Florianopolis, I have a composting system in my neighborhood. Like this system, maybe it works there in Bahia, that it's a really far away state in Brazil, in another city. Like we promote and we support those ambassadors to connect with themselves and exchange ideas that it's already working to disseminate to other cities and other regions. So to end, I put it a sentence that I really like, that it's mobilizing people for action is the key to achievement. So I think that really says about Zero Waste Youth, that it's actually like mobilizing people for action is the way that we can put in, disseminate awareness of zero waste and also have ideas and solutions for our problems. Obrigada. Here is our media here in Brazil if you want to contact us or even see what is going on around here.
That's great sharing, Sabrina. Thank you so much. If you can share these links to the Jamboard that Bonnie just put in the chat, there is a interactive Jamboard where we can share resources so people can go back to the information, the contact info, and any other things you would like to share regarding what you had mentioned or you want to add to your presentation. We would love to have that gathered on the Jamboard. And if you're able to join us and stay for another hour or so during lunch networking, we're hoping that if there's any other question opportunity, we can continue there as well. But we're going to move on to Sophia from Portugal. So we went from Brazil to Portugal now. I'm going to quickly introduce her. So Sophia has a soul of a carpenter and she currently lives in Torres Vedras. I hope I said it correctly. Sophia Maximo is the director of Zero Waste Youth Portugal. She has environmental concerns and is dedicated to social projects from an early age. Her training in permaculture gives her the meaning to the way she sees the world and to spread her teaching. She also volunteers in a lot of areas in Portugal, and her mission is to pass on the values she has to her children, Andrea and Eva. So, Sophia, if you have your slides, you can bring it up. And so, I really welcome you and all the rest of the participants in our Zoom link right now. So yes, I see that the screen sharing is happening. Let's make sure we get that set up. Looking good.
Do you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
Yeah. Okay. So hello, everybody. And so thank you for the invitation. Thank you to bring Portugal in global meeting, and I will do like Sabrina. I apologize for my English because I speak better like European languages like French and Spanish than English. So, but I will do my best. So thank you again. So I make part of the ZWY Youth of Portugal, and so we born month before the COVID. That means so we had to use a lot of media, social media to spread a little bit of our work. So like Sabrina said, so we burned we are like a son of the ZWY Youth of Brazil, and our team, I think, yeah. So this is our team, and a lot of them are from Brazil. So we need with urgency more Portuguese people in this movement, because it's really, really important. But most of all of them are from Brazil. So they came with all this knowledge of Brazil, and they bring it here in Portugal. And it's a great team. So all of we here in the team, we work. So we are all volunteer, and we do. So there are some they do more back office work. They do more workshops and talks and so on. So each one of them here has something to do. But we are very it's not a big team. We should be a lot of more people here, but what we have. So what do we want? What are our goals? What are our mission, our vision? So what we want is to approach youth in all our country and spread the zero waste concept and climate solutions. So what we want is to encourage youth and raise awareness to them so that they can be the changes of the future. our values are, so we work the sustainability, cooperation, innovation, social responsibility, environment responsibility. So in all what we do. So this is, so we are not, it's not the complete team. And so we can't meet so a lot of time together because Portugal is a little country comparing to USA and to Brazil, but we live so one of the north, in the north of Portugal, some of them in the south. So the majority are living in Lisbon, in our capital. So, but it's very difficult to be together. But there were once last year we meet all together, and it was very funny to know so personally everybody. So as I told you, this movement in Portugal, it was born just like months before COVID. That means that a lot of meetings they had to be online, and a lot of works and events we had to do it online as well. So like workshops, but I will talk a little bit later of it. So we organize and we participate in a lot of ZWY events like this one here today. And so what we want is to have like partnerships with a lot of companies, with schools, with governments, with all our society. Okay. And all the activities that we have online or in presential, it has always these four important. So we have to be creativity, to do with creativity, so that the people don't think that their ways it's noise, it's boring. We talk always about the conscious consumption and the zero waste, for sure, and always like it gets better for our economy to be like have a more zero waste life. So field of action. So there are some of the field of action that we have. So we work the circular economy. So we talk and we apply in our speeches sustainable cities. We do like a lot of workshops about composting, the creativity to be more zero waste. A lot of actions in schools. We talk about zero waste lifestyle. It can be fashion to be zero waste. So and so what you can read. So like sustainable fashion, sustainable development goals, permaculture, and the importance of reuse. So this is a picture about a workshop, and here it's about personal care. So we do workshops about personal care, about zero waste in the kitchen, about composting, do it yourself, and also like workshops of production of reusable pads. And we like to do it like with people with front of us, and so that they can try, so that they can see that it's easy to be zero waste, and it's not expensive, so it's very cheap to be zero waste. So that's why we always try to do it like experimental, so that they can put their hands and do it themselves. So here there are some more pictures about what we have done in these years, like presentations. Here on your left side, you have like about composting, and on the other left side, so on there you have like a workshop about zero waste in the kitchen. So we try to bring like real examples that it gets cheaper to be zero waste in the kitchen, and or to have our personal care also like cheaper. Here on your right side, you have like how to do like products to clean the house and so on. So in our presentations, talks, and conferences, sometimes we participate, sometimes we are the leader and we talk about it. And again, so we talk about all the subjects that means zero waste, because zero waste, it's not just don't do zero waste, but also to be conscious that we should not buy so and so on. And here is another one. So here, like Sabrina told, we also have our global action calendar. So we have a calendar from January to December. And so it's like March, we talk about water, and every month we talk about another subject, and it helps us to focus all the year what's important. But that doesn't mean that we don't do other things. So when we are invited to work with school, so we go at the school, even if it's not the subject of the month. Okay, so we have a lot of invitations for the schools, and it's very good because we think that the youth are the maybe can be the reflect on the possible changes in the future. So it's for us very important to work with youth. So our followers in Instagram, in our social media, they are all more than youth, okay, all more than 25 years, and it's urgent for us to get the youth in our social media. So we are working on it. We have maybe we want also to share this preoccupation and how to get the attention of the youth in our social media. Maybe it's not just a problem in Portugal, maybe in other countries as well. So I think we need to find like maybe a solution, or if you have a solution, just share it with us. But in schools there is interesting that teachers begin to be with some attention to this subject, and also subjects like the climate changes, climate crisis. So it's very interesting to see the teachers so more preoccupied and bringing to bring this subject in school. So then we have also other actions. So to go in the street and to have like some conversations, to talk with people, also cleaning beach. So Portugal has a beach. So we have a lot of beach activities and where we clean and so on. So try to be more active in our community. And I will leave you with another words here from Margaret Mead. So never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. So I think that one by one and all together we can make some changes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Let's see. Next, we are going to move over to Reilly. All right. Okay, I hope I say your name correctly, but please correct me later on when you jump in. So Reilly Hollern is a high school junior and the club president and marketing manager of the World Perspective Solutions. And this group is a student-driven initiative that focuses on the bioremediation of harmful algal blooms, as they are a local issue in Florida. The World's Perspective Solutions is a program based on furthering students-led research, bringing awareness, and encourage action. Her club has expanded their research internationally to Costa Rica, and she will share with us more about their project. So Reilly, if you're ready, please bring up your slides and let's make sure we can see it. And you'll have about 10-12 minutes for your presentation. Okay, it looks great on my end, and you can unmute yourself and get started.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure, can you hear everything that I'm saying?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, and the screen looks great.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so hi, I'm Reilly Hollern, World Perspective Solutions Club President and Marketing Manager. So just a little bit about us. We're a club at Windermere Prep in Orlando, Florida, where we have worked to study the effects of harmful algal blooms and find a way to bioremediate the problem. So just a little background. When we initially started the club in 9th grade, we were studying biodiversity and the negative effects of population growth and urbanization. Florida, where we are based, has the 3rd largest state population, which is 22.25 million people. The increased urbanization unfortunately leads to numerous negative implications that cause harmful algal blooms. Population growth is inevitable and increasing at rapid rates. So we decided to create a bioremediation device that would work to grow beneficial algae to outcompete the harmful algal blooms caused by urbanization. As you can see in the top right corner, there is a bird's eye view of our campus. There is an arrow pointing to a specific body of water, and there is where we decided to test our design. In the video, our design is actually being placed in the pond, as you can see, and the design has a colorful top plates to catch the eyes of those walking across the bridge. On the left, there are 2 of our most successful plates, which we've entitled Brick and Fork. When we were originally testing our design, we were trying to see how much algae would grow on each of these plates. We wanted a lot of beneficial algae to grow, such that it can successfully work to outcompete the harmful algae. The different patterns are testing which surface successfully grows the most algae. So what have we done from 2020 till now? In the year 2020, when our club was first starting, we entered the Our Echo Challenge that provides students with a platform to fund their research. We won first place and were awarded a $5,000 grant. The money went towards equipment we would need for our research and a merch line that would be sold to students on and off campus in order to further share the word. When we initially started, we also wanted to start an Instagram, knowing how powerful it can be used as a tool. If you look on screen, these were our first hoodies that we launched, which were a nice NC blue, and we sold them all over campus and they were a big hit. And it was great to start our project and connect with the students on campus and really share our project. So in 2022, we started the year presenting at the Broussard Zoo, which you can see a picture of us right here, standing behind or in front of a nice little pond. And it was at an Earth Echo teacher conference, which allowed us to meet some really great people and sell a few of the hoodies from 2022's merch line, which you can see in the top right or top left corner. So they were more of a peach color this year. We also had the opportunity to work with the heads of Nord Anglia Education Organization, that is our school is a part of. And the picture on the bottom is a few of our students presenting at that. And we ended the school year with our first annual research day that allowed the 9th grade students an opportunity to engage in activities which they learned in the classroom that we brought a real world implication to. So you can see some of the students working. It was a really big event that we had the whole 9th grade involved in, where they got to research and test the things that they know and they learned in school in a broader implication. So this year we had the amazing opportunity to travel to Costa Rica and replicate our research in 2 locations. We traveled to Country Day School, which is a sister school of Windermere Prep, the school that we attend, where we met Miss Daza, who was willing to replicate our study on their campus. So there's a picture of me and Miss Daza talking about the exciting news, which was that we were going to replicate our research there, which we hadn't initially planned, but it was a really great surprise that we met a teacher who was willing to do that. And it was a really great way for us to involve other schools. And then we also decided to replicate it in 2 ponds at Rancho Margot, which is a beautiful sustainable ranch located in La Fortuna, Costa Rica. So there is us actually replicating our design in one of their waterways there. And the water samples we collected, we will send to Dr. Bishop at CPro Corporation, who we worked with when we initially tested our research. So there's one of our students holding up one of our water samples that we collected that we are going to send to Dr. Bishop. And we have our 2nd annual research day coming up, which we are super excited for. And this year's crew neck just came in. So in the top corner, this is this year's. We decided to do a crew neck this year as opposed to a hoodie, but we chose the color green. So we're super excited about that. And we've done this every year. So that's really amazing. So in this project, marketing has been one of the most vital resources in order to grow our platform and spread awareness. We've been able to make so many meaningful and beneficial connections over the last few years that have led to amazing opportunities. When we first started our project, we wanted to have a place for any interest to be useful. And we understand that science and studying effects of harmful algal blooms doesn't interest everyone, and that's why we made sure our club was multifaceted. Whether you were working in building the actual device or painting the plates that would go in the pond, there was a way for you to help. And our most popular and arguably the most important was social media. We started this Instagram, which you can see in the screen, which is WPS Project _2020. When we began, and have used it as a platform to share our journey in hopes that our idea will one day help people. We know that Instagram is a platform used a lot today, and that as teens growing up in this as a society norm, it has such a strong influence in sharing information. And so that's why we decided to use it as a tool in our project, because we understand that it can be used positively to share content, and that's why we decided to use it. So thank you so much for listening. I would really appreciate it if you would follow our Instagram as we are trying to grow it. I know we have a Q&A right after, but if later you think of another question you wish you had asked or would like to get in touch with us, please feel free to text me. This is my number right here, or you can email us. I listed both our club email as well as my personal school email. But we love meeting new people and collaborating with other organizations. So please reach out if you would like to work together. I can also post this information in the chat, and I also have it in our Jamboard. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Reilly. That's a great presentation, and I'm glad that you guys are able to do your research and replicate that in the different country and see how that goes. So I have shared, actually, well, on the chat, make sure that you guys check out the Jamboard. That's where our speakers will be able to put their contact information, any other resources and questions that you may have. But if you can think of, if you have any questions for our 3 speakers, and if our tech host can help spotlight them, that would be great. And we can get some question answered. So in the chat, I saw that someone asked Reilly, does your club have other travel opportunities in mind for the future? What's the plan to expand your research?
So when we actually originally started the project, we really wanted to work to have a goal to, one, we want to write and have a research paper released, but as well as connect with other schools, either internationally or globally. We want to work with other campuses and just be able to connect with any teachers or students. So that is definitely a plan for the future. Right now, we just went to Costa Rica, so we're working on our research day, which is coming up soon, but that's definitely something that we're thinking of doing.
Great. I'm trying to spotlight all three of our speakers, but it looks like we can only do two. So Sabrina got the spotlight right now, but let me go see what questions we have. Let's see. Are there any talks of an international zero waste youth convergence? I myself is very excited if that is something we can put together. And we've been very lucky and grateful that we are able to do this Zero Waste Youth USA convergence almost every year since we started. And it will be lovely if we can do something collaboratively with all the other countries. And when I was looking at the chat, I believe we actually may have some connections with Australia or New Zealand. So let's make that official. But what do you guys think, Sabrina and Portugal? And Sophia, I'm sorry. How is that something you guys interested in? Should we get the ball rolling?
Yes, and one thing that I want to share is that we're gonna have zero waste. It's not like we didn't announce yet, but we will do a Zero Waste Youth International meeting in Italy in November this year. So
wonderful. Probably
in the next weeks, you're gonna see like the announcement and everything. So will be a really good opportunity to like reunite everyone from different countries.
That sounds amazing. I would love to go to Italy to talk more about zero waste movement and with the youth all over the world. Let's see. And I'm sure, Sophia, you'll be very interested in joining. Great.
Yeah.
Other questions? Sarah has a question for Sabrina. With the election happening, have things changed for the work that you and your organization have been working on?
Yes, like I don't know if everyone was involved, but the last president that we had was like really against, like really didn't believe in climate change and everything. He was a really friend of Trump, so it's like kind of similar, the experience, but I think it was like worse actually here in Brazil. But in Lula, he had like a really good connection like internationally with the UN and everyone that is working with the climate change. So like he just got it in the as a president like in January, so it didn't have like a really big impact yet, but we already see like movements like starting to grow again and having more like discussions about zero waste and climate change. So I think like with Lula, it's gonna have a lot of changes in the next 4 years around sustainability and also like creating solutions with other countries.
Thank you. I don't think I see any other question in the chat, but if I missed it, you guys
Hey,
are
Mabel.
welcome to
I have a question.
unmute. But yes, go ahead, Bonnie.
Well, it's kind of connected to Ashpreet's comment in the chat. So how could someone start a zero waste youth chapter in India, for example? Can one
I-
just, yeah.
Yeah. You only need like you only need to want to do it. Like you can talk with the Zero Waste Youth International Board. I'm in it. So if you want, let's connect. And then we can start like mapping people around you that can help you, like create a group, and then you have to promote the zero waste. We can like see, not only map people around you, but also like what is the problems that you see around you that you can start promoting solutions and beginning, right? So if you want, just talk with me and I can bring to the others, and we're gonna start. It's gonna be beautiful if we have like the zero waste youth India.
Yeah, just continuing this question. Sophia, do you want to share quickly how did Portugal started theirs, just so we have an idea how you guys got started?
So I think we are a son or daughter of Brazil, because there were a lot of Brazilian young people coming in Portugal, so looking for a better life. So because there are places in Brazil that they are not, so the salary is not that good as in Europe. So they came with this subject, this important subject, and they spread it, and I think they had like a little team from Brazil, and then they invited like Portuguese, and now we are some, but just a little bit so Portuguese in the big team. So, but I think it's a way. So, and that's why it's important to work with schools.
Great.
And to catch the youth in our social media. So that's a problem.
All right.
I just want to like say a little bit of this question. Actually, the Zero Waste International meeting in 2019 Portugal was like the beginning. So we wanted to do like an event there. So we found some Portuguese girls that some are still in the group, others just already left, but they started to help us to organize the event. And after the event, it began like the movement. So the Portuguese and also the Brazilian ones that already lived in Portugal, they continued the process of the Zero Waste Youth in Portugal. And then Sophia entered, so.
That's wonderful. That reminded me of how the Zero Waste USA started in San Francisco, is because we met Rodrigo and Jessica, and we started our own. And I want to, before we switch gear, which we really need to because of our really tight program, I want to encourage everybody in this session right now who live outside of San Francisco Bay Area, and may hopefully in other states as well, think of how you can start the chapter in your community. And you are now in this convergence today. There's so many resources. We are here to help if you want to start a Zero Waste Youth chapter in Minnesota. We have a connection there. Anywhere really, even down in SoCal. So talk to us. We are here. And I'm going to turn it over to Reilly, actually. We are moving on into our lunchtime networking session. So thank you so much again, Sabrina and Sophia.